Introduction. The power of thought in wealth creation. The journey to wealth, success, and personal fulfillment begins in the mind. Napoleon Hill's Think and Grow Rich is not just a book about making money, it's a guide to mastering the power of thought, harnessing definiteness of purpose, and applying proven principles to achieve extraordinary success. Hill's work is based on 25 years of research, where he studied more than 500 of the most successful people in history, including Andrew Carnegie, Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, and John D. Rockefeller. What he discovered was groundbreaking. Success is not a matter of luck or intelligence, it's the result of clear thinking, focused action, and a relentless belief in one's ability to succeed. This summary will break down the 13 core principles outlined in Think and Grow Rich, showing you how to reprogram your mind for wealth, take massive action, and develop the unstoppable mindset that every successful person possesses. The science of success. Why thinking creates reality. Hill's foundational idea is simple yet profound. Whatever the mind can conceive and believe, it can achieve. This principle is based on the concept that thoughts are not just passive ideas, but powerful forces that shape reality. Your dominant thoughts, beliefs, and mental habits attract corresponding circumstances into your life, whether success, failure, wealth, or struggle. Those who focus their minds on definitive goals, backed by burning desire and unshakable faith, inevitably find the means to turn their visions into reality. Conversely, those who dwell on doubt, fear, and limitation unknowingly attract failure and stagnation. Why most people fail? The missing ingredient in success. The difference between those who achieve massive success and those who struggle is not luck, talent, or intelligence, it's mindset and persistence. Hill identified several reasons why most people never realize their full potential. Lack of a clear, definite goal. Many people have vague desires but no concrete plan or vision for what they truly want. Fear and doubt. Negative thoughts create mental roadblocks that prevent action and persistence. Failure to persist. Success is often just one step beyond temporary failure, but most people give up too soon. Surrounding themselves with the wrong people. Success requires being around individuals who uplift, inspire, and challenge you, not understanding the power of thought. The subconscious mind works based on the dominant thoughts and beliefs we feed it daily. How to think like a millionaire. Hill presents a clear roadmap to mastering the power of thought. The principles in this book are not abstract ideas. They are specific, actionable strategies used by some of the wealthiest and most successful people in history. To think like a millionaire, you must, first, develop a burning desire. Your success begins with a definite, passionate goal that you are willing to pursue relentlessly. Second, strengthen your faith. Belief in your success must be so strong that you act as if your goal is already achieved. Third, reprogram your subconscious mind. Through affirmations and autosuggestion, you must install empowering thoughts and remove limiting beliefs. Fourth, surround yourself with a mastermind group. The people you associate with directly impact your mindset and potential. Fifth, take massive, persistent action. Success doesn't come to those who wait. It comes to those who persistently move toward their goals. What this summary will teach you. Over the next chapters, we will break down each of the 13 principles in Think and Grow Rich. You'll learn how to turn your desires into unstoppable motivation, why faith and visualization are crucial to success, the hidden power of your subconscious mind and how to use it, the importance of surrounding yourself with the right people, how persistence and decision-making separate the successful from the unsuccessful, Why imagination and specialized knowledge create wealth opportunities. By the end of this book summary, you'll have a clear blueprint for thinking, acting, and succeeding like the world's greatest achievers. Whether your goal is financial freedom, business success, or personal growth. These principles will transform the way you approach life and wealth creation. Are you ready to master the mindset of the ultra-successful? Let's dive into the first principle, the power of desire. Lesson 1. Desire, the starting point of all achievement. Every great success story begins with a burning desire. Napoleon Hill states that definiteness of purpose is the first step toward riches. You cannot achieve something if you don't know exactly what you want. The people who rise to wealth and success do so because they have a clear, specific goal that they are emotionally committed to. Their desire for success is so strong that it overcomes any obstacle, setback, or doubt. Why most people never achieve their dreams? Many people fail to achieve greatness because their desires are weak, vague, or inconsistent. They hope to be successful or rich, but they don't have a deep, burning commitment to make it happen. Without a strong desire, people give up at the first sign of difficulty. Hill teaches that desire must be definite and unwavering. If you aren't fully committed to your goal, you will find excuses instead of solutions when challenges arise. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail often comes down to the intensity of their desire. Those with a strong desire will persist through challenges, while those with a weak desire will retreat when faced with adversity. Many successful individuals had nothing but a strong, unshakable desire when they started. They had no money, no special skills, and no privileged background, just a burning determination to achieve something great. This is the common denominator among all high achievers. The power of obsession in achieving goals. Hill emphasizes that true desire is not just a casual wish, it is an obsession. If you merely want success, you will accept failure as an outcome. But if you are obsessed with success, you will find a way to achieve it no matter what stands in your path. For example, Thomas Edison failed over 10,000 times before successfully inventing the light bulb. Most people would have given up long before reaching that point, but Edison had an obsessive desire to succeed, which kept him pushing forward even when things seemed impossible. How to develop a burning desire for success. To turn a simple wish into an unstoppable drive, follow these steps. First, define exactly what you want. Be crystal clear about your goal. Do you want to build $1 million business, earn financial freedom, create a legacy? The more specific you are, the easier it is to focus your energy on achieving it. Second, determine what you will give in return. Success requires sacrifice. What will you invest in terms of time, effort, and resources? Nothing comes without cost, and you must be willing to put in the necessary work. Third, set a clear deadline. Give yourself a specific timeline to achieve your goal. Without urgency, procrastination takes over. A well-defined deadline creates a sense of accountability and momentum. Fourth, create a written statement of your goal. Write down your desires as if they are already reality. This reinforces commitment and programs your subconscious mind to focus on achieving your goal. Fifth, read your goal statement aloud twice a day. Morning and night, read your vision with emotion. This practice rewires your mind for achievement by making your goal feel real and tangible. Sixth, visualize your success daily. Spend a few minutes every day imagining yourself achieving your goal. Feel the emotions of success. This technique has been used by successful people across all industries, from athletes to entrepreneurs. Seventh, surround yourself with reminders of your goal. Keep visual cues around you, such as a vision board, daily affirmations, or images that symbolize your success. Examples of burning desire leading to success. Henry Ford had a burning desire to make automobiles affordable for the average person. Despite multiple business failures, financial setbacks, and skepticism from experts, he continued until he revolutionized the automobile industry. Andrew Carnegie started with nothing but a relentless desire to create wealth. He became one of the richest men in history by focusing entirely on his vision and never losing sight of his goal. Colonel Sanders of KFC faced over 1,000 rejections before finding success with his fried chicken recipe. He had an unwavering desire to bring his idea to the world, which kept him moving forward despite failures. Desire is the foundation of all success. The most successful people in history had one thing in common: an unshakable, burning desire to achieve their goals. They were not the most talented, the smartest, or the luckiest. They were the most determined. By following these principles, your desire transforms from a passive wish into a driving force that compels you to act. Desire is not just wanting something, it's the absolute determination to make it happen, no matter what. In the next lesson, we will explore the power of faith and how belief shapes reality. Lesson 2. Faith. Believing in your success before it happens. Once you have a burning desire, the next critical step to success is faith. Faith is the bridge between thought and reality. It is the belief that what you desire is not only possible, but inevitable. Without faith, doubt and fear will take over, causing hesitation, inaction, and ultimately failure. Napoleon Hill teaches that faith is the state of mind that transforms thoughts into reality. Every successful person has an unwavering belief in their ability to succeed, even before they see tangible proof. This mental certainty creates the energy, focus, and persistence needed to turn dreams into reality. The power of belief in shaping reality. Your thoughts and beliefs create your reality. If you believe in your success, you will naturally take actions that align with that belief. You will see opportunities, take risks, and persist when faced with obstacles. On the other hand, if you doubt yourself, you will unconsciously sabotage your success by hesitating, procrastinating, or giving up too soon. History is filled with examples of people who succeeded purely because of their unshakable faith. Henry Ford believed he could build an automobile for the masses when others laughed at the idea. Elon Musk invested everything into SpaceX and Tesla, despite overwhelming skepticism. Oprah Winfrey overcame poverty and rejection by believing in her own potential. These individuals didn't just wish for success, they believed in it with absolute certainty before it became a reality. How fear destroys faith. The greatest enemy of faith is fear. Hill identifies the 6 most common fears that prevent people from achieving success. Number 1. Fear of poverty. The anxiety of financial instability prevents people from taking bold risks. Number 2, fear of criticism. Worrying about what others think stops people from pursuing their dreams. Number 3, fear of ill health. A focus on sickness can attract negative health outcomes. Number 4, fear of losing love. Some people stay in limiting situations because they fear rejection. Number 5, fear of old age, the belief that opportunities decline with age limits ambition. Number 6, fear of death. The fear of the unknown prevents people from fully living. These fears hold people back, paralyzing them into inaction. Faith is the antidote to fear. The stronger your belief in yourself, the less fear will control your decisions. How to develop unshakable faith. Faith is not something you either have or don't have, it is something you develop. The more you train your mind to believe in your success, the more natural it becomes. Here's how to cultivate unshakable faith. First, use autosuggestion. Repeating positive affirmations daily rewires your subconscious mind. Tell yourself, I am successful, I achieve my goals, and I create wealth easily. Say it until you believe it. Second, surround yourself with positive influences. Your environment shapes your beliefs. Spend time with people who encourage and inspire you rather than those who plant doubt. Third, visualize success every day. Imagine yourself achieving your goals with clarity and emotion. See, feel, and experience success in your mind before it happens. Fourth, take action consistently. Faith grows when backed by action. The more steps you take toward your goal, the more you reinforce your belief in your own abilities. Fifth, eliminate negative self-talk, monitor your thoughts, and replace any doubt with empowering beliefs. If you catch yourself thinking, I can't do this, immediately shift it to I am capable and I will figure it out. Sixth, review past successes. Remind yourself of times when you overcame obstacles and achieved something great. This reinforces the belief that you can succeed again. Why faith accelerates success? Faith creates a magnetic pull toward success. When you expect success, you naturally make decisions that bring you closer to it. This is why some people seem to attract opportunities effortlessly. They are operating with a mindset of confidence and certainty. Conversely, those who lack faith constantly hesitate, second-guess themselves, and avoid risk. This hesitation causes them to miss out on opportunities, reinforcing their belief that success is out of reach. Faith is not just about blind optimism, it is about developing a mindset so strong that you act with unwavering certainty, even when external circumstances seem discouraging. Examples of faith in action. Steve Jobs believed in Apple's vision when most investors doubted its potential. His unshakable confidence led to revolutionary products like the iPhone. Arnold Schwarzenegger declared that he would be a world-famous movie star long before he had any opportunities. His belief shaped his decisions and led to Hollywood success. Walt Disney was rejected over 300 times when pitching his idea for Disneyland. His faith in his vision kept him going until he found the right investors. These individuals refused to doubt their own potential. They took massive action because they had faith in the outcome, even when no one else believed in them. Faith and success go hand in hand. Hill emphasizes that faith is not optional for success, it is essential. Without faith, there is no persistence. Without persistence, there is no achievement. Faith is what keeps you going when logic tells you to quit. To succeed, you must believe in your ability to achieve your goals before any evidence appears. This belief will shape your thoughts, actions, and ultimately, your reality. By strengthening your faith, you eliminate fear, boost confidence, and attract opportunities that others never see. In the next lesson, we will explore autosuggestion, how to reprogram your mind for wealth and success. Lesson 3, Autosuggestion, how to reprogram your mind for wealth and success. Autosuggestion is the gateway to reprogramming your subconscious mind. It is the method by which thoughts, beliefs, and desires become deeply embedded in your mental programming, influencing your actions and decisions without conscious effort. Napoleon Hill teaches that the mind is like fertile soil. It will grow whatever you plant in it, whether positive or negative. Autosuggestion is the intentional planting of thoughts and beliefs that align with your goals. By consistently feeding your mind with positive affirmations, mental images, and empowering beliefs, you override doubt and replace it with absolute certainty in your success. Why your subconscious mind determines your success. Most people believe that success is about external effort, working harder, learning more, or taking better opportunities. But Hill explains that the real battle happens in the subconscious mind. Your subconscious controls your beliefs about money, success, and opportunity, your self-confidence and willingness to take risks, your response to setbacks and failures, your level of persistence and resilience. If your subconscious mind is programmed for failure, limitation, or fear, no amount of effort will change your results. You will always find a way to sabotage yourself because your inner programming does not align with success. However, if your subconscious is programmed for wealth, achievement, and abundance, you will naturally make decisions that attract success. This is why some people seem to have lucky opportunities, while others struggle. Their subconscious expectations shape their reality. How autosuggestion reprograms your mind for success. Autosuggestion is the process of repeating positive thoughts and affirmations until they become deeply rooted beliefs. It works by influencing the subconscious mind, which cannot distinguish between reality and repeated suggestion. This means that if you consistently tell yourself, "I am wealthy, successful, and capable," your mind will begin to accept it as truth, even if your current reality does not reflect it yet. Over time, your subconscious adjusts your behavior, decision-making, and perception to align with this belief. Hill emphasizes that autosuggestion must be done with emotion and conviction. It is not enough to mechanically repeat words. You must feel the success as if it is already happening. Steps to apply autosuggestion effectively. First, write down your definite goal. Be specific about what you want to achieve. Instead of saying, "I want to be rich," say, "I earn $500,000 per year through my business and investments." Second, create a powerful affirmation. Turn your goal into a statement that expresses it as a present reality. Example, "I am financially free, earning $500,000 annually with ease and confidence." Third, repeat your affirmation daily. Say it aloud twice a day, morning and night. The more emotion you put into it, the faster your subconscious will accept it. Fourth, visualize your success while repeating affirmations. See yourself living your desired outcome. Imagine the emotions, sensations, and details of your success as if it is already real. Fifth, use physical reminders. Keep your goal written in places you will see frequently, on your mirror, in your wallet, or as a phone background. Sixth, eliminate contradictory thoughts. If you catch yourself thinking, "This won't work," immediately replace it with, "I am fully capable of achieving my goal." Your subconscious cannot hold conflicting beliefs. Choose the ones that empower you. How successful people use autosuggestion. Autosuggestion is used by high achievers in all fields. Muhammad Ali repeatedly told himself, "I am the greatest," long before he became a world champion. Jim Carrey wrote himself a $10 million check for acting services rendered and visualized cashing it every day. Years later, he earned exactly that amount for Dumb and Dumber. Oprah Winfrey used autosuggestion to transform her mindset from poverty to success, reinforcing her belief in abundance. These individuals understood that their thoughts and beliefs had to align with success before they could achieve it. Why most people fail with autosuggestion. Many people try autosuggestion and give up because they don't see immediate results. Hill explains that the subconscious mind takes time to accept new beliefs, especially if they contradict years of negative programming. The most common mistakes people make include repeating affirmations without emotion. The subconscious responds to feeling, not just words. You must believe what you are saying. Lack of consistency. Programming your mind is like building a muscle. It requires daily repetition and commitment. Letting doubt creep in If you constantly question whether it's working, you are sending mixed signals to your subconscious, focusing on the how too soon. Your job is to believe and reinforce the outcome. The how will reveal itself as you take action. Autosuggestion in action, transforming thoughts into wealth. To see the power of autosuggestion in your own life, try this 30-day challenge. First, write your financial goal clearly and state what you will give in return. Second, create a powerful affirmation and say it aloud twice daily. Third, visualize your success for 5 minutes each morning and night. Fourth, eliminate all negative self-talk and replace it with empowering beliefs. Fifth, take one action daily toward your goal, no matter how small. By the end of 30 days, you will begin to notice shifts in your mindset, opportunities, and confidence. Your subconscious mind will start aligning with the wealth and success you are programming into it. Autosuggestion is the key to unlocking the power of the subconscious mind. When used correctly, it rewires limiting beliefs, removes mental barriers, and propels you towards success with unstoppable momentum. And in the next lesson, we will explore specialized knowledge, why applied knowledge is the real power behind wealth creation. Lesson 4. Specialized knowledge. Why applied knowledge is the real power behind wealth creation. Many people believe that knowledge is power, but Napoleon Hill clarifies that knowledge itself is not power. Only applied knowledge is power. The world is filled with highly educated individuals who never achieve financial success because they lack specialized knowledge and the ability to take action on it. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't is not how much they know, but how effectively they use what they know. Why general knowledge is not enough. Most people spend years in school accumulating general knowledge, yet they still struggle financially. Schools teach us what to think, but not how to think critically or apply knowledge to real-world success. General knowledge is broad and unfocused. It may help in trivia games, but it does not create wealth. On the other hand, specialized knowledge is focused, practical, and directly applied to a specific goal. It is what allows individuals to turn ideas into businesses, strategies into profits, and plans into reality. Every millionaire and billionaire has mastered a form of specialized knowledge that gives them an edge over the competition. Hill emphasizes that those who acquire and leverage specialized knowledge are the ones who create wealth. They do not necessarily know everything themselves, but they understand how to access, organize, and apply knowledge in a way that leads to success. The key to acquiring specialized knowledge. If specialized knowledge is the foundation of wealth creation, how do you develop it? First, identify the specific knowledge you need. What do you need to know to achieve your financial or career goals? This could be marketing, investing, product development, leadership, or any other highly valuable skill. Second, find the best sources of learning. Specialized knowledge is rarely found in traditional education systems. Instead, look for mentors, books, courses, seminars, or direct hands-on experience in your field. Third, apply what you learn immediately. Reading about success does nothing unless you take action. Start testing, implementing, and refining your knowledge as you go. Fourth, surround yourself with experts. If you don't have time to master certain knowledge, find and collaborate with people who are already skilled in those areas. Great leaders don't know everything, but they know how to access the right knowledge. Fifth, keep learning and adapting. The world is constantly changing. Those who continue upgrading their specialized knowledge remain ahead of the competition. How specialized knowledge leads to wealth. Every industry has individuals who make extraordinary incomes because they master and apply specialized knowledge. Here are some examples. Elon Musk became an expert in engineering, software, and physics, which allowed him to build Tesla and SpaceX. Warren Buffett has a deep understanding of investment principles, which helped him build a multi-billion-dollar portfolio. Jeff Bezos mastered logistics, e-commerce, and customer behavior, leading to the creation of Amazon. None of these individuals were born with success. They developed specialized knowledge and applied it strategically. Why most people never gain specialized knowledge? There are several reasons why most people fail to gain or use specialized knowledge effectively. Number 1. They assume formal education is enough. Traditional schooling provides a foundation, but real success requires ongoing self-education. Number 2. They fear failure. Many avoid applying knowledge because they are afraid of making mistakes. However, failure is often the best teacher. Number 3, they lack persistence. Acquiring specialized knowledge takes time, effort, and patience. Many give up before they reach mastery. Number 4, they don't invest in learning. Successful individuals are willing to pay for books, mentors, and courses because they understand that knowledge is an asset. Number 5, they refuse to adapt. Some people stick to outdated knowledge instead of keeping up with new developments in their industry. How to make specialized knowledge work for you? Once you develop specialized knowledge, the next step is using it to create wealth. Here's how. First, find a way to monetize your knowledge. Can you start a business, offer a service, or create a product based on what you know? Second, leverage other people's expertise. You don't need to be an expert in everything. Surround yourself with specialists who complement your skills. Third, keep improving your knowledge. Always be learning, testing, and refining your expertise to stay ahead. Fourth, teach others. One of the best ways to reinforce knowledge is to teach it. Many wealthy individuals write books, create courses, or mentor others as a way to solidify their expertise and expand their influence. Fifth, stay flexible and open to new opportunities. The most successful people know that industries change. They stay adaptable and are willing to shift directions when needed. The power of specialized knowledge in building wealth. Success is not about how much you know, but how well you apply what you know. General knowledge makes you well-rounded, but specialized knowledge makes you wealthy. The key lesson from this chapter is simple. Focus on acquiring, applying, and leveraging specialized knowledge to achieve financial success. In the next lesson, we will explore imagination, the ability to turn ideas into wealth. Lesson 5. Imagination, the ability to turn ideas into wealth. Imagination is the workshop of the mind where ideas are transformed into reality. Napoleon Hill emphasizes that every great fortune begins with an idea, and it is through the power of imagination that these ideas take shape and become successful ventures. While many people believe wealth comes from hard work alone, history proves that those who innovate, create, and think differently are the ones who achieve extraordinary success. Imagination is what allows entrepreneurs, inventors, and visionaries to see opportunities where others see obstacles. Why imagination is crucial for wealth creation. Every successful product, business, or movement started with an idea in someone's mind. Without imagination, progress would be impossible. The world's wealthiest individuals are not necessarily the hardest workers. They are the ones who used their imagination to see possibilities others overlooked. Hill describes two types of imagination. First, synthetic imagination. The ability to combine existing ideas, knowledge, or experiences to create something new. This is how most business models, products, and marketing strategies are developed. Second, creative imagination, the ability to tap into higher intelligence, intuition, or inspiration to generate groundbreaking ideas. This form of imagination is what leads to revolutionary inventions and game-changing innovations. Both forms of imagination are necessary to turn ideas into wealth. The most successful individuals know how to combine logic and creativity to bring their visions to life. How to develop and strengthen your imagination. If imagination is the key to wealth, how do you train your mind to become more creative? First, expose yourself to new ideas. Read books, study different industries, and seek inspiration outside your field. Many breakthroughs come from combining knowledge from different disciplines. Second, ask powerful questions. Instead of accepting things as they are, ask, how can this be improved? Or, what if there was a better way? Questioning the status quo stimulates creative thinking. Third, practice visualization. Spend time each day imagining your ideal life, business, or product. Picture it in vivid detail and allow yourself to explore different possibilities. Fourth, surround yourself with creative thinkers. Creativity is contagious. Being around innovative people will challenge your thinking and inspire new ideas. Fifth, take action on ideas quickly. Many people dismiss their ideas as unrealistic before even trying. The most successful individuals test their ideas, experiment, and refine them along the way. Sixth, keep a journal for ideas. Write down every idea you have, no matter how small or unrealistic it seems. Some of the greatest businesses started as simple thoughts on paper. Examples of imagination creating wealth. Steve Jobs imagined a world where computers were simple, elegant, and accessible to everyone. His vision led to Apple's revolutionary products. Walt Disney saw the potential for an entertainment empire when others thought cartoons were just for children. His imagination created Disneyland and an entire industry. Elon Musk envisions a future where humans live on Mars and travel in electric, self-driving cars. His companies, Tesla and SpaceX, were born from this vision. These individuals did not just follow existing paths, they used their imagination to create new ones. Why most people fail to use their imagination. Despite its power, most people never develop their imagination for two main reasons. Number one, fear of being unrealistic. Society often discourages creativity by labeling it impractical. Many people suppress their ideas out of fear of criticism. Number two, rigid thinking patterns. People get stuck in routines and fail to question how things could be done differently. They assume the way things are is the way they must always be. However, Hill argues that imagination is the only way to achieve greatness. Every major success story involves someone who dared to think differently. How to turn imagination into wealth. Imagination alone is not enough. You must take decisive action to bring your ideas to life. Here's how. First, identify a problem and imagine a solution. The biggest wealth opportunities come from solving problems. Ask yourself, what challenges do people face and how can I provide a better way? Second, refine your ideas through experimentation. No idea is perfect from the start. Test different variations and improve upon them until you find a winning formula. Third, turn your imagination into a business model. Can your idea be monetized? Can it be turned into a product, service, or innovation that people will pay for? Fourth, develop the courage to act. Many people have great ideas but never execute them. Fear of failure stops them before they even begin. The most successful individuals take action even when they are uncertain. Fifth, protect and nurture your ideas. Many revolutionary ideas are met with skepticism at first. If you believe in your vision, persist through criticism and setbacks. The power of imagination in achieving success. Hill teaches that the most valuable asset you have is not money, connections, or experience. it is your imagination. Every great achievement, invention, or business started as an idea. The difference between success and failure is the ability to turn that idea into reality. In the next lesson, we will explore organized planning, the roadmap to turning dreams into achievable success. Lesson 6. Organized planning, the roadmap to turning dreams into achievable success. Desire and imagination are powerful forces, but without organized planning, they remain just dreams. Napoleon Hill emphasizes that every great success is the result of a clear, actionable plan. The wealthiest and most accomplished individuals don't leave success to chance. They strategically plan their way to achievement. Hill argues that a definite plan, backed by persistent effort, is the bridge between an idea and its realization. Without a clear plan, most people waste years hoping for success, but never taking the necessary steps to create it. Why most people fail to plan effectively? Many people struggle to reach their goals because they lack a structured approach. The biggest mistakes include waiting for the perfect time. Many delay action because they feel unprepared. In reality, no plan starts perfect. It must be refined through action. Lack of clear objectives. Vague goals lead to vague results. Success requires specificity. Failure to adapt. Even the best plans will require adjustments. Those who rigidly stick to failing strategies often miss better opportunities. Fear of failure. Many avoid making concrete plans because they fear falling short. However, success comes from learning through setbacks. The solution? A well-structured plan that is both specific and flexible enough to evolve. How to create an organized plan for success. Hill outlines a step-by-step method to create a winning plan. First, define your goal with absolute clarity. Your goal must be precise. Instead of saying, "I want to be successful," say, "I will earn $1 million in 5 years by launching and scaling my business." Second, break your goal into actionable steps. Success doesn't happen overnight. Identify the key steps needed, such as acquiring new skills, building a network, or launching a product. Third, set deadlines for each step. Without deadlines, tasks can stretch indefinitely. Assign specific timelines to every phase of your plan. Fourth, identify potential obstacles and solutions. Every plan will face challenges. The more you anticipate setbacks and prepare solutions in advance, the better equipped you'll be. Fifth, surround yourself with a mastermind group. Hill emphasizes the power of collaboration. Work with people who can provide guidance, expertise, and support. Sixth, take immediate action. A plan is useless without execution. The sooner you start, the sooner you can refine and improve your approach. Seventh, review and adjust your plan regularly. Successful individuals constantly reassess their strategies, making adjustments based on real-world feedback. Why planning is the key to financial success. Every wealthy person follows a structured path to achievement. Consider these examples. Bill Gates started with a clear vision for Microsoft and strategically built the company through partnerships and technological innovations. Elon Musk didn't just dream of electric cars and space travel. He created detailed plans, secured funding, and executed each step methodically. Sarah Blakely, the billionaire founder of Spanx, mapped out her business strategy, learned about manufacturing, and persistently adapted until she built a billion-dollar brand, overcoming the fear of planning. Some people avoid structured planning because they fear commitment. They worry about failing or not following through. However, success is not about having a perfect plan. It's about consistently improving and taking action. Common fears include fear of making the wrong decision. No decision is perfect. What matters is adjusting as you go. Fear of rejection. Many hesitate to share their plans or seek partnerships due to fear of failure. Fear of hard work. Some expect success to come easily, but real achievement requires effort and discipline. The best way to overcome these fears is to start small, build confidence through action, and refine your strategy as you progress. Making planning a daily habit. Planning is not a one-time event, it's a continuous process. To stay on track, follow these daily habits. First, review your goals every morning. Keep your long-term vision in front of you. Second, prioritize the most impactful tasks each day. Not all tasks are equally important. Focus on high-value activities that drive results. Third, reflect on progress each night. What worked today? What needs improvement? Adjust as needed. Fourth, seek feedback and learn from others. The most successful people never stop learning. Talk to mentors, read books, and study successful case studies. Fifth, stay adaptable. No plan unfolds exactly as expected. The ability to pivot when needed is what separates winners from those who give up. Organized planning. The key to long-term wealth and success. Hill teaches that a clear plan, executed with persistence, is the formula for achieving any goal. Those who plan and adjust succeed, while those who rely on luck or wishful thinking fail. Success is not about waiting, it's about taking consistent strategic action. In the next lesson, we will explore decision, mastering the power of quick, confident choices. Lesson 7. Decision, mastering the power of quick, confident choices. One of the most striking characteristics of highly successful people is their ability to make decisive, confident choices. Napoleon Hill states that decision is the mastery of procrastination. Those who succeed make decisions quickly and change them slowly, while those who fail hesitate, doubt, and constantly change their minds. Hill's research found that every great leader and entrepreneur is decisive. They do not allow fear, outside opinions, or uncertainty to paralyze them. Instead, they analyze the situation, make an informed choice, and move forward without hesitation. If you struggle with indecision, this lesson will teach you how to build confidence in your choices, avoid procrastination, and take control of your future. Why indecision leads to failure. Many people fail to achieve success not because of lack of opportunity, but because of indecision. Indecision creates doubt, fear, and missed opportunities. Here's why hesitation can be so damaging. Opportunities are lost. Most successful people seize opportunities quickly. Those who wait often miss their chance. Fear takes control. The longer you wait to decide, the more fear and doubt creep in, making it even harder to act. Others make decisions for you. If you don't take control of your choices, someone else will, often to their benefit, not yours. Confidence. Weaken. The more you hesitate, the less faith you have in yourself. Over time, this leads to a cycle of inaction and self-doubt. Successful individuals trust their judgment and make decisions quickly because they know that progress requires action. How to develop decisiveness. If you struggle with making quick decisions, here's how to strengthen your ability. First, trust your intuition. Highly successful people often make decisions based on gut instinct. The subconscious mind processes information faster than logical thinking, and intuition is often right. Second, gather the necessary information but don't overanalyze. Study the facts, but avoid paralysis by analysis. Many people spend too much time researching and never actually act. Third, set a time limit for making decisions. If you give yourself unlimited time to decide, you will keep delaying. Instead, set a deadline and commit to making a choice within that time frame. Fourth, Make small decisions quickly to build confidence. Start by making quick choices in daily life, like picking what to eat or wear. This strengthens your decision-making muscle. 5th, detach from perfectionism. Many people hesitate because they fear making the wrong choice. The truth is, there is rarely a perfect decision, only one that moves you forward. 6th, take action immediately after deciding. Once you make a choice, act on it right away. This reinforces confidence in your decision-making ability. Why successful people make decisions quickly? Hill found that every highly successful person shares this trait. They make decisions quickly and change them rarely, if ever. Some of the world's greatest business leaders operate with extreme decisiveness. Henry Ford decided to build an affordable automobile and refused to back down, despite early failures. Steve Jobs was known for making bold product decisions, even when others doubted his vision. Warren Buffett makes investment decisions rapidly based on long-term principles, never second-guessing himself. These individuals trust their judgment and commit to their choices. This trait sets them apart from those who hesitate, fear making mistakes, and constantly change direction. The danger of allowing others to influence your decisions. One of the greatest reasons people fail to succeed is because they allow outside opinions to control their decisions. Hill warns that listening too much to others, especially those who have not achieved success themselves, leads to failure. Here's why you must be cautious about whose advice you follow. Most people are guided by fear. They project their own insecurities onto you. Criticism is common. The more ambitious your goals, the more others will doubt or criticize you. Your vision is unique, only you understand your full potential, and most people won't see what you see. Hill's advice is clear: make your own decisions and stick to them. Seek guidance from trusted mentors, but never let fear-based opinions dictate your choices. How to recover from past indecision. If you've struggled with indecision in the past, it's never too late to change. Here's how to break the habit. First, forgive yourself for past hesitation. Everyone makes mistakes. What matters is learning from them and moving forward. Second, make one bold decision today. Choose something important and commit to a firm decision on it. Third, create a daily habit of quick decision-making. Every morning, decide on your key priorities for the day and take action. Fourth, stop seeking unnecessary approval. Make choices based on your goals, not on the need for validation from others. Fifth, trust that you can always adjust. The best decisions are made quickly and, if necessary, refined along the way. Action is always better than inaction. Decision, the habit of success. Hill makes it clear successful people are decision makers. They trust their judgment, act quickly, and rarely change their minds once committed. Meanwhile, unsuccessful individuals hesitate, doubt themselves, and allow others to dictate their choices. The ability to make quick, confident decisions is one of the most powerful success habits you can develop. If you want to transform your life, start making choices with certainty and taking action immediately. In the next lesson, we will explore persistence, the power of never giving up, even in the face of failure. Lesson 8. Persistence, the power of never giving up, even in the face of failure. Persistence is the cornerstone of all great success. Napoleon Hill states that without persistence, even the most intelligent and talented individuals fail, while those who refuse to give up eventually achieve their goals. The ability to keep pushing forward, even when faced with obstacles, setbacks, and criticism, is what separates winners from those who quit too soon. Most people stop at the first sign of difficulty, while those who succeed push past the breaking point and find a way to make things work. Hill's research found that every great achievement was the result of unwavering persistence. He observed that successful people often experienced multiple failures before finally reaching success. However, what made them different was their ability to keep going when others would have given up. Why most people lack persistence. Many people start with excitement and motivation, but lose steam when challenges arise. The most common reasons people give up include fear of failure. They see setbacks as signs that they should quit instead of learning opportunities. Lack of a strong purpose. Without a deep reason for their goals, they lose motivation when things get tough. Allowing outside opinions to influence them, criticism from friends, family, or society makes them doubt themselves. Impatience, they expect instant success and become frustrated when results take time. Lack of discipline. They give in to distractions and fail to stay consistent. Hill warns that persistence is not something people are born with. It is developed through deliberate effort. How to build unshakable persistence. Persistence is a muscle that grows stronger with practice. Here are the steps to developing an unstoppable mindset. First, have a strong why. A powerful purpose fuels persistence. Ask yourself, why is this goal important to me? If your reason is strong enough, you will endure setbacks. Second, create a definite plan and stick to it. Knowing exactly what steps to take reduces uncertainty and keeps you focused. Third, develop the habit of finishing what you start. Many people leave tasks incomplete. Train yourself to follow through on even small commitments. Fourth, expect obstacles and prepare for them. Challenges are inevitable. When you anticipate difficulties, they won't discourage you when they arise. Fifth, refuse to accept defeat. View failures as temporary setbacks, not permanent roadblocks. Each failure teaches a lesson that brings you closer to success. Sixth, surround yourself with persistent people. The people around you influence your mindset. Stay close to those who encourage resilience. Seventh, keep a record of progress. Tracking small wins builds confidence and reminds you of how far you've come. Examples of persistence leading to massive success. Hill shares numerous stories of individuals who achieved success only because they refused to give up. Thomas Edison failed over 10,000 times before successfully inventing the light bulb. His persistence changed the world. Colonel Sanders was rejected over 1,000 times before finally convincing someone to franchise his KFC recipe. Walt Disney was fired from a newspaper for lacking imagination and faced multiple business failures before creating Disney. Each of these individuals faced moments when quitting would have been the easiest option, but they kept going until they succeeded. The persistence test: will you keep going? Hill challenges readers to assess their own level of persistence. Ask yourself, do I give up easily when things get hard? Do I let fear stop me from taking action? Do I look for excuses instead of solutions? Do I surround myself with people who encourage persistence? Am I fully committed to my goals no matter how long they take? If you struggle with persistence, the solution is simple. Start training yourself to push through discomfort. The more you persist, the stronger your resilience becomes, turning persistence into a daily habit. Persistence is not just about big achievements. It is a daily habit that applies to every area of life. To strengthen your persistence, first, set daily goals and accomplish them. Prove to yourself that you follow through. Second, eliminate distractions and excuses. Identify what keeps you from staying consistent and remove it. Third, remind yourself daily of your long-term vision. Keep your goal in front of you so that setbacks don't make you lose sight of it. Fourth, celebrate small wins. Acknowledge progress, no matter how small, to maintain momentum. Fifth, commit to never quitting. Adopt the mindset that you will find a way no matter what. Success is only possible for those who refuse to give up. Persistence, the ultimate success trait. Hill makes it clear persistence is the difference between those who succeed and those who fail. The most successful individuals are not always the smartest or most talented. They are the ones who refuse to quit. The ability to keep going, even when facing difficulties, is what guarantees long-term success. No matter how tough the journey gets, those who persist always win in the end. In the next lesson, we will explore the Mastermind group, the power of surrounding yourself with the right people. Lesson 9, the Mastermind group, the power of surrounding yourself with the right people. Success is rarely a solo journey. Napoleon Hill emphasizes that no one achieves great wealth or success alone. They do so with the support of a mastermind group. A mastermind is a carefully selected group of individuals who share knowledge, resources, and support to help each other achieve greater success than they could alone. Hill found that every successful person he studied was part of a mastermind group in some form. This network of like-minded individuals provides ideas, accountability, and solutions to challenges, helping each member accelerate their progress. Why a mastermind group is crucial for success. Most people fail to reach their potential because they surround themselves with individuals who do not inspire or challenge them. The people in your circle directly impact your mindset, motivation, and opportunities. Here's why joining a mastermind group is essential. New ideas and perspectives. You gain insights you wouldn't have thought of on your own. Accountability. When others hold you to your goals, you are more likely to follow through. Faster problem solving. Challenges are easier to overcome when you have multiple minds working on solutions. Encouragement and motivation. In tough times, your mastermind group keeps you inspired. Access to resources and connections. A strong network opens doors to opportunities you wouldn't have alone. How to build a powerful mastermind group. If you want to achieve wealth and success faster, you must intentionally create a mastermind group. Here's how. First, choose the right people. Surround yourself with individuals who are ambitious, knowledgeable, and supportive. Avoid negative, discouraging, or small-minded people. Second, look for diverse skills and experiences. A good mastermind group consists of members with different expertise, so everyone benefits from a wide range of insights. Third, meet regularly. Whether weekly, bi-weekly, or monthly, consistency is key. The more often you meet, the stronger your collective power becomes. Fourth, share openly and honestly. The mastermind only works if members are transparent about their goals, challenges, and insights. Fifth, hold each other accountable. The power of a mastermind is in the accountability it provides. Members should push each other to take action and follow through on commitments. Sixth, give as much as you receive. A mastermind is not just about taking. Be willing to offer value, insights, and support to others as well. The power of collective intelligence. Hill describes the mastermind as a way to tap into greater intelligence and creativity than any individual could achieve alone. The combined knowledge, experiences, and resources of a mastermind group create a collective mind that produces ideas and solutions beyond what any one person could generate. History is filled with examples of powerful mastermind groups. Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, and Harvey Firestone regularly met to share ideas and strategies. Andrew Carnegie attributed much of his wealth to his mastermind group of business associates. Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger have been a lifelong mastermind duo, guiding each other to financial success. These individuals understood that two or more minds working together create exponential growth. Why most people never form a mastermind group. Despite the power of a mastermind, most people never take the initiative to form one. The reasons include fear of rejection. Some hesitate to reach out to successful people, fearing they won't be accepted. Lack of awareness. Many don't realize the incredible impact a mastermind can have on their success. Comfort with mediocrity. It's easier to stay in familiar social circles even if they don't encourage growth. Avoidance of accountability. Some people prefer not to be held accountable for their goals, so they avoid masterminds. If you truly want to succeed, you must step out of your comfort zone and intentionally surround yourself with winners. How to maximize the power of your mastermind group. Once you have a mastermind group, here's how to get the most out of it. First, set clear goals for your mastermind meetings. Define what each session should accomplish. Second, create a structured format. Meetings should be focused, with time allocated for sharing wins, discussing challenges, and brainstorming solutions. Third, encourage deep discussions. Surface-level conversations won't create breakthroughs. Push each other to think critically and challenge assumptions. Fourth, maintain a positive and constructive environment. Negativity and complaining have no place in a mastermind. Keep the focus on solutions and progress. Fifth, regularly evaluate progress. Track how the mastermind is helping each member grow and make improvements as needed. Your mastermind group. The shortcut to success. Hill's message is clear. Your success is directly influenced by the people you surround yourself with. If you want to accelerate your journey to wealth and achievement, you must connect with a mastermind group of ambitious, like-minded individuals. Great success is rarely achieved alone. Find or create a mastermind group that will challenge, inspire, and support you on your path to greatness. In the next lesson, we will explore the mystery of sex transmutation, transforming energy into high achievement. Lesson 10. The mystery of sex transmutation, transforming energy into high achievement. One of the most misunderstood yet powerful principles in Think and Grow Rich is sex transmutation, the process of redirecting sexual energy into creative and productive pursuits. Napoleon Hill argues that the strongest human drive is sexual energy, and when properly harnessed, it becomes a force that fuels ambition, creativity, and success. Hill observed that many of history's most successful individuals possessed an extraordinary level of drive and passion, which was often linked to their ability to channel their emotions and desires into their work. He believed that the most significant achievements come not from suppressing sexual energy, but from redirecting it toward higher goals. What is sex transmutation? Sex transmutation is the conversion of sexual desire into a powerful force for success. Instead of letting passion and energy dissipate in fleeting pleasure, individuals can redirect this powerful drive into their careers, businesses, art, and personal development. Hill argues that sexual energy, when properly channeled, can increase ambition and motivation. Those who learn to redirect this energy become more persistent and driven. Enhance creativity. Many great artists, inventors, and entrepreneurs have used this energy as inspiration for groundbreaking ideas. Improve leadership qualities. People who master this principle often develop magnetic charisma and influence over others. Why most people fail to harness their energy. Hill believed that many men fail to reach their full potential because they allow sexual desire to control them rather than mastering and redirecting it. He noted that some of the most successful people in history had a remarkable ability to focus their energy on productive goals rather than being distracted by short-term pleasure. Common reasons people fail to harness their energy include lack of awareness. Many don't realize they can redirect their energy toward success. Short-term gratification. They prioritize immediate pleasure over long-term achievement. Societal influences. Popular culture often encourages indulgence rather than discipline. Failure to develop self-control. Without discipline, people struggle to harness their energy productively. How to practice sex transmutation for success. Hill provides practical ways to apply this principle to increase focus, drive, and success. First, recognize sexual energy as a powerful force. Instead of seeing it as something to suppress or feel guilty about, acknowledge its potential as a creative and motivating force. Second, redirect energy into high-value pursuits. Whenever you feel strong passion or desire, use that energy to fuel your work, personal development, or a meaningful project. Third, develop strong emotional relationships. Hill noted that men who were inspired by strong, intelligent partners often achieved higher success. A healthy and inspiring relationship can fuel ambition rather than distract from it. Fourth, engage in creative and intellectual activities. Great works of art, music, and innovation often stem from strong emotional and passionate energy. Instead of wasting energy on indulgence, channel it into producing something great. Fifth, master self-discipline. Success requires the ability to control impulses and direct energy where it matters most. Practice mindfulness, exercise, and habits that strengthen willpower. Examples of sex transmutation in history. Many of the world's greatest leaders and creators understood and practiced sex transmutation. Leonardo da Vinci was known for his ability to focus on art, science, and invention rather than indulgence in physical pleasure. Nikola Tesla remained unmarried and focused entirely on his work, redirecting his energy into scientific breakthroughs. Thomas Edison had extraordinary work discipline and spent little time on distractions, choosing to devote his energy to innovation. These individuals understood that mastering personal energy and focus leads to legendary success. How to apply sex transmutation in daily life. Sex transmutation is not about repression, it is about redirection. Here's how to implement it into your daily routine. First, recognize when you feel high energy levels. Instead of wasting this energy on distractions, use it as fuel to work harder and think bigger. Second, engage in a passion project. Channel your energy into a creative, professional, or personal goal that excites you. Third, surround yourself with high-energy, ambitious people. Being around driven individuals will keep your mind focused on progress rather than distractions. Fourth, exercise and practice mindfulness. Physical activity helps balance energy and prevent impulsive decisions, while mindfulness strengthens focus and self-control. Fifth, maintain strong personal relationships. A deep emotional bond with a supportive partner can elevate ambition rather than diminish it. Sex transmutation, unlocking your highest potential. Hill makes it clear sexual energy is one of the most powerful forces in human nature, and those who learn to control and redirect it gain immense power over their success. Instead of allowing desires to become distractions, use them as fuel to create, innovate, and lead. The ability to harness and channel passion is a secret weapon of the world's most successful individuals. In the next lesson, we will explore the subconscious mind, how to program your thoughts for automatic success. Lesson 11, the subconscious mind, how to program your thoughts for automatic success. The subconscious mind is the control center of your life. According to Napoleon Hill, everything you think, believe, and experience is stored in your subconscious, shaping your reality and determining your success. If your subconscious is programmed for wealth and achievement, success will come naturally. But if it is filled with doubt, fear, and limitation, it will silently sabotage your efforts. The subconscious does not differentiate between reality and repeated suggestion. Whatever thoughts dominate your mind, positive or negative, eventually become your truth. That's why successful people consciously program their subconscious with wealth-building thoughts, success-oriented beliefs, and empowering habits. How the subconscious mind influences success. The subconscious mind plays a crucial role in decision-making. Your subconscious guides your choices, often without you realizing it. Habits and behaviors. The actions you take daily are driven by subconscious programming. Self-image and confidence. If you see yourself as successful, you will act accordingly. Problem-solving and creativity. Your subconscious constantly processes information even when you're not consciously thinking about it. If your subconscious is programmed for success, wealth, and confidence, you will naturally take actions that align with those outcomes. If it is programmed for fear, doubt, and limitation, you will hesitate, self-sabotage, or avoid opportunities. How to reprogram your subconscious for success. Since your subconscious mind absorbs everything you repeatedly think, say, and experience, you can train it to align with success. Here's how. First, use autosuggestion daily. Repeatedly affirm statements like, "I am successful, I attract wealth, and I accomplish my goals with ease." The more often you say it, the more your subconscious accepts it as truth. Second, visualize your goals as if they are already achieved. See yourself living your dream life in vivid detail. The more you mentally experience success, the more your subconscious will work to create it in reality. Third, avoid negative influences. Your subconscious absorbs everything around you. Minimize exposure to negative news, toxic people, and limiting beliefs. Fourth, surround yourself with success-minded individuals. Being around ambitious, positive people will naturally reprogram your mind for success. Fifth, turn setbacks into learning opportunities. Instead of seeing failure as proof of incompetence, train your subconscious to view it as valuable feedback that leads to growth. Sixth, practice gratitude. Gratitude shifts your subconscious focus from what's lacking to what's abundant, reinforcing a mindset of success. The subconscious and the law of attraction. Hill's principles closely align with the law of attraction, which states that you attract into your life whatever you consistently think about. Your subconscious mind acts like a magnet. If you fill it with wealth-building thoughts, you will recognize and attract opportunities for financial success. However, most people focus on what they lack, reinforcing negative beliefs. The key is to train your mind to expect success rather than fear failure. Why most people struggle to control their subconscious. Many people fail to harness the power of their subconscious because they don't realize its power. Most people think their conscious mind is in control when, in reality, their subconscious dictates most of their actions. They allow negative programming to dominate. Fear, doubt, and past failures create limiting beliefs that block success. They lack consistency. Reprogramming the subconscious takes daily effort. Sporadic affirmations or visualization won't create lasting change. They focus on problems instead of solutions. What you dwell on expands. Those who constantly think about obstacles attract more difficulties, while those who focus on solutions attract progress. How successful people use their subconscious to win. Every highly successful person intentionally programs their subconscious for success. Here are a few examples. Muhammad Ali repeatedly told himself, "I am the greatest," training his mind for victory long before he became a champion. Oprah Winfrey used visualization and affirmations to escape poverty and build a billion-dollar empire. Jim Carrey wrote himself a $10 million check for acting services rendered years before he became successful. He programmed his subconscious to believe in his success before it happened. These individuals understood that success happens in the mind before it happens in reality. Daily habits to program your subconscious for wealth and success. If you want to train your subconscious for success, integrate these habits into your daily routine. First, start your morning with positive affirmations. The first thoughts of the day set the tone for success. Second, visualize your success for 5 minutes every morning and night. See yourself already living your dreams. Third, surround yourself with success reminders. Keep vision boards, success quotes, or financial goals where you can see them daily. Fourth, eliminate negative self-talk. Replace thoughts like, "I can't," with, "I always find a way." Fifth, take action aligned with success daily. Every time you act on your goals, you reinforce the subconscious belief that success is inevitable. The subconscious mind, your greatest tool for success. Hill makes it clear your subconscious mind is the gateway to wealth, achievement, and confidence. The thoughts and beliefs you program into it determine your reality. If you want to transform your life, start by transforming the way you think. Your subconscious mind is always listening. Make sure it hears messages of success, abundance, and possibility. In the next lesson, we will explore the brain, the powerhouse behind creative and financial success. Lesson 12. The brain, the powerhouse behind creative and financial success. Napoleon Hill describes the brain as the central hub of creativity, decision-making, and success. He suggests that the human brain, much like a radio transmitter and receiver, is capable of sending and receiving thoughts, ideas, and even opportunities when properly tuned. When used effectively, the brain becomes a tool that amplifies intelligence, connects with others on a subconscious level, and accelerates financial and personal success. Hill emphasizes that thoughts are energy, and the brain is the mechanism that processes, refines, and transmits these thoughts into the universe. The more control you have over your brain, what it absorbs, how it processes information, and how it directs energy, the greater your ability to shape your reality and attract success. How the brain influences success. Your brain determines the quality of your ideas. Creative, innovative thoughts originate in a well-stimulated mind. Your ability to make decisions. A sharp, trained brain processes information faster and makes better choices. The strength of your intuition. A mind that is well fed with knowledge and experience can predict outcomes more accurately. Your influence over others. The brain transmits thoughts and emotions, affecting how others perceive and respond to you. The most successful people train their brains daily to work for them rather than against them. Instead of letting negativity and distractions weaken their thinking, they actively shape their mental environment for peak performance. How to maximize the power of your brain for success. The brain is like a muscle. It gets stronger the more you use it. Here's how to optimize your mental performance. First, feed your brain with high-quality information. Read books, listen to inspiring content, and study successful individuals. The more useful knowledge you absorb, the better your brain functions. Second, practice deep thinking and reflection. Spend time analyzing problems, brainstorming solutions, and exploring new ideas. The more you challenge your brain, the sharper it becomes. Third, limit distractions and negativity. Avoid mindless scrolling, excessive social media, and toxic influences. Your brain absorbs everything around it. Make sure it's being fed the right fuel. Fourth, use meditation and visualization. Mental clarity comes from a calm, focused mind. Meditation strengthens cognitive function, while visualization programs the brain to work towards success. Fifth, surround yourself with intelligent and ambitious people. The conversations you engage in shape your thinking. Being around high-level thinkers expands your mind and exposes you to new possibilities. The brain as a transmitter and receiver. Hill theorized that the brain sends and receives thought vibrations, much like a radio. When properly tuned, the brain can connect with the thoughts, ideas, and opportunities that align with your goals. This explains why some people seem to attract success. Their brains are actively transmitting confidence, ambition, and opportunity. Likewise, those who constantly focus on failure and doubt unknowingly attract more obstacles into their lives. To tune your brain for success, you must think positively and expect opportunities. Train yourself to expect good things, and your brain will naturally seek them out. Engage in mastermind groups. Sharing ideas with like-minded individuals sharpens thinking and expands creative potential. Eliminate negative self-talk. The brain takes repeated thoughts as instructions. If you constantly say, "I'm not good enough," your brain will work to prove that true. Embrace problem-solving thinking. Instead of dwelling on issues, train your brain to find solutions. The impact of emotions on brain function. Emotions play a powerful role in how the brain processes information. Hill emphasizes that thoughts charged with strong emotions, such as desire, faith, enthusiasm, and love, are far more powerful than those that lack feeling. This is why people who are deeply passionate about their goals often achieve them faster. Likewise, negative emotions such as fear, doubt, and anger can cloud judgment and block creative thought. The key to a high-functioning brain is learning to channel emotions productively. To do this, use passion and enthusiasm to drive action. The more emotionally connected you are to your goals, the more likely you are to pursue them relentlessly. Avoid stress and mental clutter. Chronic stress weakens brain function. Prioritize mental clarity through meditation, exercise, and rest. Develop emotional intelligence. Understand and control your emotions to keep your brain in peak condition. Why most people fail to optimize their brain power. Many people fail to use their brain's full potential because they let distractions weaken their focus. Social media, entertainment, and gossip take up mental space that could be used for learning and growth. They don't challenge their thinking. Without actively feeding the brain with new ideas, it becomes stagnant. They ignore mental and physical health. Poor diet, lack of exercise, and sleep deprivation impair cognitive function. They allow negative beliefs to dominate. If the brain is constantly exposed to thoughts of failure, it will work to reinforce those beliefs. How to train your brain for long-term success. The most successful individuals engage in daily habits that keep their brain sharp and focused. Here are the most effective ways to train your brain for long-term success. First, read and learn something new every day. Knowledge expands the brain's capacity to generate ideas and solutions. Second, challenge yourself with mental exercises. Solve problems, write, strategize, and brainstorm regularly. Third, keep a journal of ideas and reflections. Writing down thoughts sharpens mental clarity and enhances creative thinking. Fourth, eliminate distractions and time wasters. Protect your mental space by focusing only on what truly matters. Fifth, strengthen your emotional resilience. Stay calm and composed under pressure. A strong mind is one that remains focused despite challenges. The brain, your most powerful asset for wealth and achievement. Hill makes it clear your brain is the engine of success. If you want to achieve greatness, you must train your mind to think at a higher level, make better decisions, and attract opportunities. The people who control their thoughts, emotions, and focus control their future. Use your brain wisely, and success will follow. In the next lesson, we will explore the sixth sense, how to tap into higher intelligence for breakthrough ideas. Lesson 13, the sixth sense, how to tap into higher intelligence for breakthrough ideas. Napoleon Hill describes the sixth sense as the highest level of mental function, an ability that allows individuals to access ideas, insights, and solutions beyond logical reasoning. He refers to this as the infinite intelligence, a source of knowledge that successful individuals seem to tap into at critical moments. Hill suggests that the sixth sense is not something you can develop overnight, but rather the result of mastering all the previous principles in Think and Grow Rich. When you have disciplined your thoughts, strengthened your faith, and honed your subconscious mind, the sixth sense begins to emerge naturally, providing you with flashes of inspiration, intuitive decision-making, and creative genius. What is the sixth sense? The sixth sense is the ability to receive ideas, insights, and solutions from a higher intelligence. Some describe it as intuition, a gut feeling, or an inner voice guiding them toward the right decisions. It is often responsible for the most significant breakthroughs in business, art, and science. The most successful people often credit their achievements to an inner knowing or moments of inspiration that seem to come from nowhere. These are moments when the subconscious mind connects with higher intelligence, allowing individuals to access knowledge beyond their own experiences. How the sixth sense influences success. The sixth sense helps in recognizing golden opportunities. It allows individuals to see chances for success that others overlook, making fast and accurate decisions. When logic alone isn't enough, intuition provides clarity. Generating creative ideas, many groundbreaking inventions, business strategies, and artistic works are born from flashes of inspiration, avoiding costly mistakes. The sixth sense warns individuals of unseen dangers and bad decisions. How to develop your sixth sense. The sixth sense does not emerge from ordinary thinking. It requires mental refinement, focus, and openness to higher wisdom. Here's how to cultivate it. First, train your subconscious mind. The more you fill your mind with success, focused thoughts, the more your subconscious will connect with higher intelligence. Second, quiet your mind through meditation. A cluttered, anxious mind blocks intuitive signals. Regular meditation strengthens mental clarity and deepens your ability to receive insights. Third, trust your instinct. The more you act on intuitive hunches, the stronger they become. Over time, you will learn to distinguish true intuition from fear-based thoughts. Fourth, surround yourself with great thinkers. Being in the company of ambitious, creative individuals stimulates your own intuitive abilities. Fifth, practice deep reflection. Set aside time each day to think in silence. Often, the best ideas arise when your mind is calm and open. Sixth, engage in creative activities. Activities like writing, problem-solving, and brainstorming help activate intuitive thinking. Famous examples of the sixth sense at work. Many of history's greatest achievers have credited their success to intuition and flashes of inspiration. Thomas Edison often received insights for his inventions while in a semi-dreamlike state. Albert Einstein described his theory of relativity as coming to him in an intuitive flash. Oprah Winfrey attributes much of her success to trusting her instincts and making bold choices. Steve Jobs relied heavily on intuition when designing Apple's revolutionary products. These individuals understood that true genius is not just about logic and strategy, it's also about tapping into deeper levels of awareness. Why most people fail to develop their sixth sense. Most people never access their full intuitive potential because they ignore their instincts. They rely solely on logic and dismiss inner guidance as irrational. Their minds are too noisy, constant distractions, stress, and overthinking block intuitive insights. They don't trust themselves, they second-guess their gut feelings instead of acting on them. They lack mental discipline. The sixth sense requires a well-trained mind free of negativity and self-doubt. Hill emphasizes that those who master their thoughts and emotions are the ones who develop their sixth sense the most. How to use the sixth sense for business and wealth. Highly successful entrepreneurs and investors often make decisions that seem risky or unconventional, but later turn out to be brilliant moves. This is because they have learned to trust their instincts when logic alone doesn't provide the full answer. To apply the sixth sense in your own life. First, ask for intuitive guidance. When facing a tough decision, take a moment to quiet your mind and ask yourself, what feels right? Second, act on your hunches. If an idea excites you but doesn't seem logical yet, explore it. Many great opportunities come disguised as gut feelings. Third, combine intuition with action. Intuition alone is not enough. You must take decisive action on the insights you receive. Fourth, be open to unexpected opportunities. Sometimes intuition leads you toward paths you didn't originally consider. Stay flexible and trust the process. Fifth, recognize when to walk away. The sixth sense not only helps you seize great opportunities, but also warns you when something isn't right. If your gut tells you to avoid a deal, listen. The sixth sense, the ultimate key to limitless success. Hill makes it clear the sixth sense is what separates ordinary success from extraordinary achievement. Those who develop it gain access to insights, opportunities, and creative breakthroughs that others never experience. To reach your highest potential, cultivate your intuition, trust your instincts, and allow yourself to be guided by a greater intelligence. When the mind is disciplined and the subconscious is properly trained, the sixth sense becomes an unstoppable force for success. This concludes the 13 core lessons from Think and Grow Rich. Now, let's move to the final chapter. Key takeaways and an action plan for applying these principles to your life. Final chapter. Key takeaways and an action plan for applying these principles. Now that we've explored the 13 core lessons of Think and Grow Rich, it's time to focus on how to apply these principles in your own life. Knowledge alone is not enough. Success comes from action. Here's a step-by-step plan to start implementing these strategies immediately. Key takeaways from Think and Grow Rich. Lesson 1. Definiteness of purpose is the foundation of success. You must have a clear, specific goal that directs all your actions. Lesson 2. Desire is the starting point of all achievement. A weak desire leads to weak results. Your goal must be a burning obsession. Lesson 3. Faith transforms thoughts into reality. What you believe deeply and act upon will manifest in your life. Lesson 4. Autosuggestion reprograms your subconscious. Repeated affirmations and visualizations train your mind for success. Lesson 5. Specialized knowledge creates wealth. General education has limited power, but focused expertise is invaluable. Lesson 6. Imagination turns ideas into riches. Every successful business or innovation begins in someone's mind before becoming reality. Lesson 7. Organized planning bridges the gap between goals and achievement. Without a structured plan, dreams remain fantasies. Lesson 8. Decisiveness is the key to action. The most successful people make decisions quickly and rarely change them. Lesson 9. Persistence separates winners from losers. Most people give up too soon. Keep pushing forward until you succeed. Lesson 10. Mastermind groups accelerate success. Surround yourself with ambitious, success-minded individuals. Lesson 11. Sex transmutation fuels ambition. Redirecting passion into productivity increases motivation and creativity. Lesson 12. Your subconscious mind controls your outcomes. Whatever you repeatedly think and believe becomes your reality. Lesson 13. The sixth sense connects you to infinite intelligence. Intuition and flashes of insight often lead to breakthrough moments. These principles, when applied consistently, create an unstoppable force that leads to financial success, personal fulfillment, and extraordinary achievements. How to apply Think and Grow Rich in your life. To turn these lessons into real-world results, follow this action plan. Step 1. Define your definite chief aim. Write down a clear and specific goal. Be precise. State exactly what you want and by when. Read this goal out loud every morning and night to program your subconscious. Step 2. Develop an unshakable belief in your success. Use autosuggestion daily. Repeat powerful affirmations about your goal. Visualize your success as if it has already happened. Eliminate doubts and negative beliefs that contradict your goal. Step 3. Create a detailed plan of action. Break your goal into smaller steps with clear deadlines. Identify the knowledge and skills you need to acquire. Take action every single day, no matter how small. Step 4. Build a mastermind group. Surround yourself with ambitious, intelligent, and success-driven individuals. Seek mentorship from people who have already achieved what you desire. Share ideas, seek feedback, and hold each other accountable. Step 5. Train your subconscious for success. Limit exposure to negative influences, news, toxic people, self-doubt. Fill your mind with books, podcasts, and conversations that inspire success. Meditate, reflect, and maintain inner clarity to strengthen your mental focus. Step 6. Develop persistence and resilience. Accept that failure is part of the journey. Use it as feedback. Commit to never giving up, no matter how long it takes. Adjust your strategies as needed, but never abandon your goal. Step 7. Trust your intuition and take decisive action. Learn to recognize intuitive insights and act on them. Make decisions quickly. Hesitation kills momentum. Stay open to unexpected opportunities that align with your goal. Step 8. Maintain high energy and enthusiasm. Take care of your body, exercise, eat well, and get enough sleep. Keep your passion alive by reminding yourself why you started. Surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you. Common mistakes that prevent success. Many people fail to apply Think and Grow Rich effectively because they set vague goals. Without clarity, the subconscious remains unfocused. Lack daily discipline. Success requires consistent effort, not just occasional bursts of motivation. Give up too soon. The biggest rewards come after most people quit. Ignore the power of belief. If you doubt yourself, you will unconsciously sabotage success. Fail to take action. Thinking and planning are useless without execution. Final words. Success is within your control. Hill's philosophy is simple but powerful. Riches, success, and achievement are not reserved for a select few. They are available to anyone who follows these principles with discipline and persistence. Your thoughts create your reality. Your decisions shape your future. and your actions determine your success. If you commit to applying these principles daily, you will experience a complete transformation in your mindset, habits, and results. So, start today. Decide what you want, believe in it fully, and take relentless action until you achieve it. This concludes the full summary of Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. The journey to wealth and success begins with a single step. Make yours today.